Just do it!
Welcome back everyone to my first devlog. I'm gonna make a very brief description because I'll have a different video covering what this is all gonna be about. Anyway, here we go. I'm starting work on a new game. In this game you play as a seal. Yes, a seal. Your objective is to try and survive and also protect your family while doing so. This is a list of possible enemies and entities you will find in the game. Some of these you will be able to attack, while others will be attacking you. Also, as you can see, the art style of the game is gonna be low poly. This seal is not even made by me. It's just a placeholder that I was lucky enough to find on the internet, so I will have to make my own seal. That's exactly why I want you to join me, as I am going and progressing through this game. I'm gonna be making one devlog each week. I will show the progress I'm making every single day. In fact, I'm starting this week. For starters, here we go. I added the placeholder in the game. It's 11:38 and I just finished the low poly water. I also made the animation for it. I imported the water into Unity without any materials and it looks awesome. It's now 11:58 AM and I am starting to experiment with different materials for the seal and water. But I'm not having any luck yet with the transparency of the water. It's 12:30 now and I'm starting to get the feel of how the water material should be looking. I duplicated the water and added another ground material behind it so I can test the reflections of the water. The ground material is basically just a copy of the water and I'm using it just as a placeholder to test the reflection. I'm done with the work for now. I'm going to school for a few hours and then I'll come back and do some more work on the material. I'm finally back from school. It's 6:30 and I'm gonna continue to do some more work on the water material. It's 10:30 AM and the water is finally starting to look really good. I put the seal underwater and I finally nailed the transparency as well. So you can see objects underwater, which is a very nice addition. And I'm also very glad to say that I made the animation work. It really is starting to come along. It's 10:30 and I made the first type of ground for the game. Now I added a ground layer under the water layer to create that sense of depth. Slowly the FPS is starting to lower down, so I might have to consider doing some batching later. It's 10:45 AM and I'm starting to experiment with creating a coast where the seals will live. A few hours later and I still couldn't find a solution on how I can solve this problem right here. Sadly, I wasn't able to do much progress today. There was an issue with the ground and water having this space between them. And all I did today was to try and find a solution to fix this problem. As you can see, the ground has the same issue. But I finally found a solution in Blender. So I'm gonna go ahead now in the hours I got left in this day and try and fix the issue. Thankfully, there is an easy solution to the problem. All I literally had to do was to scale the vertices from the end in the z-axis to 0. It's 9:21 PM and I finally finished removing those spaces on the ground and water. I also improved the performance and made the FPS a little higher than it was before. And I haven't even done batching yet, so that's really nice. This coast is starting to take some form, but oh man, I'm really glad I fixed that issue. I was just at the beginning and I already felt like I couldn't progress. But that's a good thing because I'm challenging myself. And devs love in general a good challenge. It's Wednesday morning, and today I'm gonna create a few low poly rocks. I also made a very basic rock material. Rocks fit this scene really well, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a few more variations. There we go, the second rock. They are very basic because they are the first attempts I have ever made. I just added the second rock into the game, and I'm now gonna create a third variation to put on the bottom of the sea. It's 10:30 AM and I finally finished the third rock. It's 11:41 AM. I made a few changes to the watercolor, added a few rocks at the bottom of the sea, and I'm now gonna prepare and go to school. Very happy to say it's the last day of school and I'm gonna have much more time for a few weeks. Anyway, see you guys when I'm back. The last day I took quite of a break, since it was the first day of spring break, of course. And today I'm going back to work. But before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and prepare a tasty meal. It's 2 PM and I realized I will want to make a snowy scene as well, not just the beach scene. They will probably both be part of the story. I just finished the low poly fence, but I'm not gonna add it to the game yet. Yesterday, I ended up not recording what I made, so here's a quick recap. I finally made the basic character moving script. The seal was moving very weird before, but now you can move, rotate, and even jump. For now, there's still an issue where you can jump an infinite number of times. Also, sometimes when you jump, the seal ends up rotated and you can't get back up, which isn't really surprising because this seal is so fat. I couldn't reproduce the issue in this video. I made a fog effect when you are underwater, to actually make it look more realistic. I made occlusion culling work, at least the very basic one. So only what you're looking at will actually get rendered. This made the drastic difference in frame rates. The FPS used to be around 16 or so and now it goes up to 100, which is totally amazing. Also you can look around by moving your mouse, which gives you a little more flexibility and vision to see what's around before you have time to rotate. This feature will be really important in case I ever decide to make this game multiplayer. Yes, the seal is not animated and it looks a little weird, but that is to be done later, when I remodel the seal and of course make it more fat. And that's all I did this Thursday. It's 6:25 PM and I created a cliff. I also put it on the game. But there's still a lot of blank space left. So let me know in the comments what objects to create and put on the coast.